Hello students, welcome to my Abhyas. My name is Sahana KS and I am your physics educator. So we were discussing the chapter electric charges and fields, and we have almost completed the chapter, but we are now dealing with the numericals and also some JEE, NEET and also the CET questions based on this chapter. So today in this session we will be discussing some numericals, and later on I'll be solving all the NCERT problems in the later sessions. Clear? So coming to the first one, we'll start with the numericals. So before starting numericals, what you have to keep in mind? So whenever we come across numericals, we have some formulas. Whenever we have gone across the whole chapter, we have come across some of the formulas, right? And also now in this case, we'll be applying those formulas and we'll be solving the problems. Clear? One of the marks scoring section, as this gives you around 15 marks easily. Okay, because 3 questions if you solve, then you'll get 15 marks easily. But just remember the basics behind these things. So we'll start with the first problem, and the first problem is, we'll just check. So what is the force between two small charge spheres having charges of 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb and 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb placed 30 centimeter apart in air? So I have to find the force. So the relation which gives me the force is nothing but the Coulomb's law, right? So here I have got two charges and also the distance they have given. So when I apply the Coulomb's law, what I get, we'll just check. So coming to the thing, first one, solution. So once I get the solution, what is the given data? What is the given data? We'll just check. First is, I have to find the force of the charges. So first charge, I'll take it as Q1, which is equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb. Okay. And next I'll take it as Q2, which is 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb. Cleared? And R is nothing but it is 30 centimeter. So it is in the form of centimeter. So I'll be just converting it into meters. That will be 30 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So centi is nothing but 10 raised to minus 2. So this we have learned in the previous class, that is PUC 1. Okay. So given is this much. Now what I have to find out? I have to find out the force. So force will be what? Force is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R square. So this is from what? From Coulomb's law. You can mention it if you want, or else also it's okay. So from Coulomb's law it is. Next is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught is nothing but 9 into 10 raised to 9 coulombs, right? And what about Q1? Q1 is nothing but 2 into 10 raised to minus 7. Okay. And what about Q2? Q2 is nothing but, again it is 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 divided by R square. So what's the value of R square? 30 into 10 raised to minus 2. Okay. Whole square. So overall when I solve this, what happens? This becomes 900 into 10 raised to minus 4, and here it is 9, this is minus 7 and this is minus 7. So minus 7 becomes minus 14, and then minus 14 plus 9. Okay. After that it becomes 5, then this goes up. So altogether solving this, I'll get the answer as 6 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton. Okay, so this is the answer after solving. Clear? Because whenever you just take it in the form of powers, you can solve it very easily. As there is multiplication, you have to add the powers, because 10 raised to 9, 10 raised to minus 7, 10 raised to minus 7, and here also you'll be getting around 10 raised to minus 4, and also 900 in the sense 9 into 10 raised to plus 2 you will be getting. So altogether you'll get minus 3, and that is the value is 6 into 10 raised to minus 3 newtons. So you can solve it. If you don't understand, I'll clear your doubt once you ask me. Cleared? So this is about the first problem. So moving on to the next problem, what do we have? I hope this you have understood. So moving on to the next problem. So what is the next problem? The electrostatic force on a small sphere of charge 0.4 microcoulomb. So it is microcoulomb, remember that. Due to another small sphere of charge minus 0.8 microcoulomb in air is 0.2 Newton. So what they have given me, they have given me the force, which is 0.2 Newton, and they have given me the charge, that is Q1 equal to 0.4 microcoulomb, and also the second charge value, which is minus 0.8 microcoulomb. So what I have to find out? What is the distance between the two spheres? I have to find the distance, that is r square, and also what is the force on the second sphere due to the first. So I have to find out the force on the second sphere. Coming to the equation, so what is the equation? We can just put it here is, first write down the solution, and in that we have the given. So what is given? The first one is Q1 is given, which is 0.4 microcoulomb. Okay, so this 0.4 microcoulomb can be written as what? 0.4 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb. Okay, moving on to Q2, what we have? Q2 is minus 0.8 microcoulomb, and that is nothing but minus 0.8 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb. Okay, because micro, right, they have given me the sign. Then they have given me the force, which is F is equal to 0.2 Newton. I have to find out the distance. Again applying the Coulomb's law. So from the Coulomb's law, what do I have? F is equal to, so F is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by r square. Right. So I have to find out r square. So what I'll do? R square is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by F. Clear? So the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 10 into 10 raised to 9. And what about Q1? It is 0.4 into 10 raised to minus 6. And what about Q2? It is 0.8 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by F. The formula of F is 0.2 Newton. Clear? So by solving all this, I get the r square value as. So r square value will be around 144 into 10 raised to minus 4. Okay, so this is the distance, that is the square of the distance. R square is equal to 144 into 10 raised to minus 4. And after solving, if you solve it, whenever you square this, what you will get? 12 into 10 raised to minus 2, or you can just take it as 1.2. Okay, sorry, 0.12. So it will be 0.12 meters. Okay, so this is the distance. Or you can just keep it as 144 into 10 raised to minus 4. Understood? So after this, what we have? They have asked me what is the force on the second sphere due to the first. So whenever I take two spheres which are separated by a certain distance, then what I can say, the Q1 is exerting force on Q2. Okay, and Q2 is exerting force on Q1. So I have to find out, so Q1 is exerting force on Q2, we know that. What is the second force? What is the second force? Like value of the second force which is getting applied by Q2 to the Q1 charge. So this we can relate it to Newton's third law, where the force exists in couple. Okay, that is whenever the force exists, it will be in pair. Okay, whenever you take a pair, what happens? It will be equal and opposite. So if it is equal and opposite, then what happens? The charges, that is the force on both the charges, will be similar. So the second answer, that is what is the force on the second sphere due to first, is nothing but 0.2 Newton, which is the first force itself. Clear? So if there are any doubts regarding this, please let us know. So we will move on to the third question, that is the third numerical. So check that the ratio Ke square divided by G, Me and Mp. So Me is the mass of electron and Mp is the mass of the proton. So is dimensionless. Look up a table of physical constants and determine the value of this ratio. What does the ratio signify? So first thing is, I have to check whether that ratio they have given me, that is Ke square divided by G, Me, Mp, is dimensionless. Like what is the dimension, I have to find out. And then I have to just check the value, that is I have to put all the values, and then I have to check what will be the answer I'll be getting. Clear? Like what is it actually, I have to find out. So these type of things you can solve it very easily, because what happens is this gives you around 5 marks easily. There is nothing but you have to just prove the answers, right? So coming to the first solution, what I have to do? First, I have to find out whether the value is dimensionless. So first thing is ke square divided by g me mp they have given me, right? So this they have given, so I have to find out the dimensions. So if I have to find out the dimensions, I have to know the SI units. So the SI units are there. I'll just put it. The value of K is, that is the SI unit of K is Newton meter square per coulomb square. So I'll be just writing it Newton meter square per coulomb square. Okay. And after that, another which is of electron, it is coulomb. Okay. And then below I have G. The value of G, that is the SI unit of G, is nothing but Newton meter square per kg square. Okay, and after that, the value of Me, that is the mass of the electron, is kg, and the mass of the proton is also in terms of kg. So now while solving this, what I'll get? So here it will be square, because it is E square, right? So E square is nothing but it will be getting 2 times of coulombs, that is C square. So when I just get to know this, Newton meter square goes, then here kg minus 2, kg plus 2 goes, then coulomb minus 2 and coulomb square goes. So what remains? So the value is dimensionless here. M raised to 0, L raised to 0 and T raised to 0. Clear? So this thing, after clearing this, what I have to find out now? Now I have to find out the value of this ratio. So how to find out the value? Just put the exact values what they have given us and then we'll solve it. So the formula is Ke square divided by G, Me and Mp. So value of K is nothing but 9 into 10 raised to 9. And value of E square is nothing but 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 whole square, right? So divided by G is nothing but it is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11, and also Me is nothing but 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 whole square. Okay, square isn't there, so I'll just put it as 9 into 10 raised to minus 31. And what about the mass of the proton? The mass of the proton is 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27. So here 9 into 10 raised to 9, 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 whole square, 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31, and 1.67 into minus 10 raised to minus 27. So after solving this, what will be I getting is it is around 2.27 into 10 raised to minus 10 raised to 39. So the SI unit isn't there because it's a dimensionless quantity. Okay. So first thing is we got to know that it is dimensionless, and the second one is the value of this ratio is 2.27 into 10 raised to 39. And then what does the ratio signify? So the ratio here you can just concentrate, it is Ke square divided by G, Me, Mp, right? So what is it? See, in the first case, in the numerator case, it is an electrostatic force. So it is a electrostatic force, right? And what about the down one? It is G, Me, Mp. So G is nothing but it's a gravitational constant. So gravitational constant between what? The mass of the electron and mass of the proton. So it is nothing but a gravitational force, right? Gravitational force. So what is the what does the ratio signify? The ratio signifies the electrostatic force to the gravitational force, or the ratio gives us the value of electrostatic force to the gravitational force. So this is of the third numerical. I hope please concentrate on your questions. Like when you are reading the questions, please inculcate what the data they have given, so that it will be easy for you to understand and to know which formula to apply.